Hello everyone, Dave Landry here from DaveLandry.com. Today we're going to talk about market timing simplified. Now, keep in mind that since I'm only allocated a few minutes here today, we're just going to take a thumbnail look at market timing. If you're interested in the details of these patterns and setups, go to DaveLandry.com/StockCharts, and then you can download the slides which contain all those rules. Now today I'm talking to the trader. But if you're not a trader, that's okay. If you're new to trading and you just got decimated by holding on versus having a damage control, in other words, stops and some market timing, that's okay. Learn from this and be ready for the next time. I don't want to pour salt in anyone's wounds. Believe me, I have some friends and family members. I feel absolutely horrible because they didn't get out of the way. So get educated. Now, I am not a fan of buy and hold, and the reason is 50% or more drawdowns are not uncommon. In fact, this is my third bear market since I've been at this. Buy low and sell high, I think, has ruined many of lives, and I see a lot of people doing those same mistakes today. You're actually better off trend following, and what is trend following? Well, trend following is buying high and selling high, and I think that's the best way to trade. Now, you're going to be a little late to the party because in order to trade a trend, you must first have a trend to trade, and you will overstay your welcome when that trend begins to turn. We were long a whole bunch of stocks. We got stopped out of those stocks. It was painful. Some were at profits, but we gave up a lot of open profits, and some were at outright losses. But then we started shorting to make back all of that and then some. Now, let's talk about market timing. Now keep in mind that signals are fractal. I'm often asked, hey Dave, can I use this daily bow tie signal on a 5-minute chart? Absolutely. What occurs in one time frame occurs in others. So if we take a look at a 60-minute S&P, you could see that the bow tie moving averages, and again I discuss these in a lot more detail in my prior videos, come together and then they begin to spread out to the downside. Now once that happens, it suggests that the trend has turned, so we look to short after the first pullback. So this signal was on February 21st, and it triggered, as you can see, in afternoon trading. Now, I wouldn't rush out and trade hourly charts because you will get quite a bit of whipsaw in doing that. You're going to get more and more signals at a lower time frame. But here's the great thing about using something like an hourly chart. You're going to get a heads up long before anyone else. And those signals obviously will trigger before higher time frames. In other words, daily or weekly signals will trigger. I have one client who's in my Facebook group, and he does his market timing off the hourly chart. Now, he did really well, obviously, this last downturn because he was out long before anyone else. Unfortunately, though, there will be more whipsaw, meaning that you will get out and then the market will go right back up on some occasions. Now, going up to the daily chart, you can see we had a daily bow tie trigger back in early March, and then obviously we had a pretty ugly slide since then. One simple thing to help keep you on the right side of the market is Landry light. And Landry light just means that the lows are greater than the moving average in uptrends and the highs are less than the moving average in downtrends. So if you look at this chart here, you can see this nice little run we had. There was mostly daylight, as you can see by the green on the bottom. And then on the downside, when the market sold off back in 2015, 2016, we had downside daylight, and notice a little indicator in the bottom is red, and then that was followed by upside daylight. And then obviously we had a little bit of a spell back in 2019. Now on this chart, it doesn't look like that big of a deal, but it was a fairly sizable rollover, and I think that if you held through that, that was a really bad idea. The market is a really bad teacher. I bumped into somebody who held through that, and they said, man, I'm so glad I held. I wish I'd have bought more. And it's like, well, that'll work until it don't. Anyway, getting back to this chart, as you can see, upside Landry light in that last run we had, and then obviously we're back to downside Landry light in this latest little spill. Now, I've been guilty of teasing this indicator to you from StockCharts.com, and I talked to management, and they said it's not ready for release just yet. But keep in mind that I really don't use this indicator at the bottom that often. I basically only use it when I am illustrating how Landry Light works. So you could just plainly see it in the top chart. And again, all it is lows are greater than the moving average. And I'm amazed at how something so simple can really help to keep you on the right side of the market. So uptrends, mostly green. Downtrends, you'll see a little red. Uptrends, green. Downtrends, red. Uptrends, green. And downtrends, red. So the point is, stay the light. The light is good. So in summary, I would urge you to study simple trend following techniques and realize that nothing's perfect. You're going to, again, overstay your welcome, and you're also going to be a little late to the party when the market is making a major transition. Now, here's the thing, as far as overstaying your welcome, you will eventually get stopped out. And as Greg Morris often says, we treat every signal as if it would be the big one, Elizabeth implied. So when you do see these signals, it's probably a good idea to get out the way. And for me, that just means making sure I'm honoring my stops on any leftover longs, and then of course begin looking for short side signals. So if you get a signal and the market goes straight back up, so what? He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Thanks again, and may the trend be with you.
Hey guys, Grayson Rose here with StockCharts.com. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, if you did, give us a like down below, leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily content from an incredible collection of technical analysts and financial minds. We'll see you back here very soon. Happy charting, my friends.